Today we'll take a close, balanced look at the Glock 17, the pistol that helped redefine modern handguns. Introduced in the early 1980s, the Glock 17 was the company's first production handgun and quickly became famous for its simple polymer frame, large capacity magazine, and safe action trigger system. It arrived at a time when many militaries and police forces were still using steel-framed pistols, and it sparked a quiet revolution in how designers thought about weight, durability, and maintenance. Design-wise, the Glock 17 was unusual but practical. The polymer frame made the pistol lighter than its all-metal contemporaries, and the minimal external controls reduced the number of parts that could fail or get damaged during hard use. The slide, barrel, and other critical components are steel, but the frame's polymer construction brought down carry weight and simplified production. The original magazine held 17 rounds of 9mm parabellum ammunition, hence the name, 17, giving it a high capacity compared with many service pistols of the era. One of Glock's signature features is the safe action system, a set of 3 passive safety mechanisms that work together to reduce accidental discharges while keeping the pistol straightforward to operate. There is no external manual safety lever. Instead, internal safeties and a trigger safety prevent the gun from firing unless the trigger is intentionally pulled. That simplicity appealed to law enforcement agencies that wanted a pistol which was fast to draw and easy for recruits to learn without compromising basic safety principles. Durability and reliability quickly became hallmarks of the Glock 17. The pistol was engineered to withstand harsh environments and heavy use. The low number of parts and a forgiving design made cleaning and maintenance easier, and the pistol became well regarded for functioning in adverse conditions: sand, dust, rain, and extreme temperatures. Those attributes made it attractive not only to police forces but also to military units and civilians looking for a dependable sidearm. Over the decades, Glock has iterated on the 17 platform with improvements and variants. There are different generations with changes to ergonomics, sights, and texture. There are models with accessory rails for lights and lasers, and there are competition and duty variants tailored to specific needs. Yet the core philosophy, a reliable, no-nonsense, easy-to-maintain pistol, has remained constant. Many users praise the Glock for its consistency across generations and its broad aftermarket support, meaning parts, holsters, and sighting systems are widely available. The Glock 17's impact reaches beyond its mechanical design. It changed procurement trends. Many agencies that had previously favored single-stack, low-capacity pistols shifted toward higher-capacity polymer-framed designs. It also influenced pop culture and media. The Glock silhouette became an instantly recognizable symbol in film, television, and news reporting. That visibility has made the model familiar to a wide audience, though popular depictions often simplify or exaggerate how firearms are handled and employed. Safety and responsible use are essential topics when discussing any firearm. While the Glock 17 includes internal safeties, safe handling practices are ultimately the responsibility of the owner or operator. This means treating every firearm as if it's loaded, keeping your finger off the trigger until you intend to fire, ensuring the muzzle is pointed in a safe direction, and knowing your target and what's beyond it. Proper storage, using a locked safe or container, securing ammunition separately, and following local legal requirements, is a critical part of responsible ownership. Training is another critical component. Familiarity with a pistol's controls, how to clear malfunctions safely, and regular practice at a range build the muscle memory and judgment needed to use a firearm safely and effectively. For people who own pistols, taking certified safety courses, learning marksmanship fundamentals, and practicing emergency procedures are invaluable steps. For organizations, standardized training protocols and regular qualification help maintain readiness and mitigate risk. The Glock 17 is chambered in 9mm, a widely used cartridge that has evolved significantly in terms of performance. Modern defensive ammunition options offer improved terminal performance while maintaining manageable recoil, which helps shooters maintain accuracy under stress. The popularity of 9mm also means parts, magazines, and ammunition are generally easy to source in many regions, an important logistical consideration for both individual owners and agencies. Critics of the Glock 17 sometimes point to its ergonomics. The blocky, utilitarian shape doesn't fit every hand equally well. Because grip comfort and hand size influence shooting performance, some users modify their grips with stippling or use backstraps and aftermarket grips to find a better fit. Others prefer different models in the Glock lineup or from other manufacturers that offer distinct ergonomics or manual safety options. The best pistol for any person balances reliability, fit, and intended use. Legally, ownership and carry rules for handguns like the Glock 17 vary widely by country, state, and locality. Prospective owners should always check and comply with their local regulations regarding purchase, registration, storage, and carry. Responsible ownership also includes staying informed about changes in laws and policies, as well as understanding the ethical and legal ramifications of using force in self-defense situations. The Glock 17 also has an interesting aftermarket and competition presence. Many competitive shooters appreciate its reliability and baseline simplicity, then customize sights, triggers, and controls to meet specific match rules and personal preferences. Industry manufacturers have produced an array of holsters, magazine extensions, sighting systems, and internal upgrade parts that allow users to tailor the pistol to tactical, defensive, or sporting roles without altering its core strength, reliability. Another angle is the cultural and institutional adoption of the Glock 17. Many national police forces adopted Glock pistols because they wanted a reliable sidearm that was easy to maintain across large fleets of officers. Its presence in military, law enforcement, and civilian hands worldwide led to standardized training modules and logistical supply chains focused on common calibers and spare parts. That ubiquity also fostered a large second-hand market, so collectors and budget-conscious buyers often find options for acquiring earlier generation pistols at lower cost. There are also persistent myths worth addressing. For example, the idea that polymer frames are inherently weaker than metal is largely a misunderstanding. Modern polymers used in firearms are engineered to meet demanding strength and temperature requirements, and Glock's design stresses metal parts where necessary, like the slide and barrel. Another misconception is that the lack of an external manual safety makes the pistol more dangerous. In practice, different safety philosophies exist. Some prefer redundant external safeties while others favor passive systems that reduce user error. And what matters most is training, handling, and context. Finally, for viewers considering further learning, a few responsible steps make sense. Consult reputable sources, review legal requirements in your area, and seek out certified instructors if you're interested in hands-on experience. Reading manufacturer materials, independent reviews, and safety organizations' guidelines will paint a fuller picture. The Glock 17 story is as much about engineering as it is about the people, organizations, and legal frameworks that surround firearms today, and it's that intersection of design, policy, and practice that makes the model so notable. Thanks for watching. If you found this overview helpful, consider liking and subscribing for more balanced takes on firearms history and design. Leave questions or topics you want covered next in the comments, and I'll try to include evidence-based information and safety resources in future videos.